Peter Bowman here, personal injury attorney in Connecticut. Here are 7 tips to make your law practice more successful and more satisfying. Tip number 1, surround yourself with good people. Whether it's your people who refer you cases, your clients, your colleagues, or your business partners, make sure you're surrounded with people who have the same goals that you do and who have the same energy level that you do. You surround yourself with people who do not have energy and who are not successful, you're not going to breed success. I know it's a corny slogan, and I know all these self-help gurus talk about it, but it's true. If you're around with good, happy, successful people who want to be successful, you're going to end up with a more successful and satisfying law firm. Same energy level, drive, and focus that I do. We also surround ourselves with great attorneys and staff who can help our clients to the level that we're looking for. So it's a commitment to excellence, really, and an interest in growing a law practice that has made us successful. If you can find clients who enjoy you, and if you can do great for them, so that when you do great for them, they tell their friends, neighbors, and colleagues, you're going to end up with a successful law practice. The absolute most important thing to having a successful law practice is hard work. Anybody from Gary Vaynerchuk to any other business guru, Warren Buffett, anyone else is going to tell you that, and I'm repeating it for lawyers. You've got to do the work. Look, long hours suck. It's not a lot of fun to be sitting in your office at 9 o'clock at night, finishing a brief or a complaint or a contract or a trust and estates plan, but you've got to do the work. Putting it off to the next day is only going to create a longer to-do list, and you're going to have unsatisfied customers. And when I say customers, I mean clients, because that's how you have to view them. You've got to do the work for your clients, and you've got to do what you say you're going to do. If you can, try to do it on time. Give them reasonable expectations and do the work. Look, it's not fun getting up at 6 in the morning, getting in the office before your paralegal, and diving into discovery responses. But you've got to do it so that you can be prepared, because the more work that you do, the more success that your law firm's going to have. Another great tip or another great focus of your law firm to be successful is consistency. Be consistent in your response times. One thing we have done is set up a client communication plan. And so we are consistent with clients in communicating with them. We also have fail-safes for that, so that clients, if they can't reach me, can reach my assistant, paralegal, or one of the other attorneys in the office. So it's very important to be consistent for client communication. But it's also important to be consistent with the handling of cases. How you do intakes. Another thing that we've done is we've created consistent intake handling. So when a new client calls us, we have consistency of how that process works. So sit down with your processes and make them consistent. And if you do that, you're going to have success in your law firm. So there's a great Kenny Rogers song called "The Gambler," and in the hook to that song, he says, you got to know when to hold them and know when to fold them. And that is a great gambling line, but it applies to lawyers. And so when you have a case, whether it's a contract or it's a personal injury litigation matter or some other issue, you've got to know when to hold them. And what they mean by that is know when you're right. Make sure that you're taking advantage of situations where your clients are correct, and hold firm, hold that line, hold on to those cards, and have faith in the case and your client. But you also have to recognize and be smart, and you got to know when to fold them. And what I mean by that is you've got to know when to give in, and you've got to know when it makes more sense to settle, or when it makes sense to give on a contractual point, or it makes sense to give in on a part of a negotiation in a probate or other matter. Okay? You've got to understand that you can't push too hard. If you push too hard, and if you're not friendly to opposing counsel, and if you keep pushing them and pushing them and pushing them and asking too much, it's going to come back to bite you. You've got to have this balance of advocacy and counseling. We are advocates for our clients. We push them as far as we can and push their issues to get them great results, but we also have to counsel them when we've gotten to that good result and let them know that it's enough. The other thing, you want to make sure that you're in your community, all right? You've got to be a member of that community. Now, that community can be the types of clients that you represent. It can be a regional community, but you've got to be in community. You've got to go, there's this simple idea that I have. Go to lunch near your office. Go talk to people that are in the area. Go meet with local businesses. Introduce yourself. Walk into look, we are lawyers. We have clients. We have advice and we provide counsel, and it's important that we understand local services that our clients can use. And I can't tell you how many times I've made connections by just going into a local office, meeting with a local professional, telling them about my law practice. They tell me about their financial service or other service, and we make a connection, and that results in a long-term relationship. That's both beneficial to you and to your clients. In this digital age, everyone wants to have SEO and everybody wants to go on Facebook and social media, and if I just run these ads, I'll get a bunch of clients. Well, I can tell you right now, you can do all the digital marketing in the world, but if your local community doesn't trust you and know you, you're going to lose clients and you're not going to be as successful as you think. There is an allegiance that you have in your community. And again, whether that's the local community or the community of the type of clients you represent, you want to focus on that. Another tip that I have for you is to try your ideas. And I love this tip. I have all sorts of ideas. You try different things, you have different ideas, you think of something while you're in the shower or when you're in bed or when you have a moment of relaxation and you're like, that would be a great idea. Well, man, take that idea, put a pen to paper, put a plan together and execute it. Try it. Try a marketing plan. You want to put a billboard up? Try it. See if it works. You want to put your face on a Goodyear blimp on the front of it? Try that. If you want to try some specialized digital marketing aspect, try that. If you want to go and sponsor a little league team, try that. Do something in your marketing that's creative and thoughtful, okay? You want to go and create a public access show or do anything that maybe is slightly outside the box that could be successful. One thing that we have done that has been successful for us to engage in the community and to be part of it is we sponsored this idea of this SantaCon. And so Christmas is coming up. And what we did was we gave all these Santas that were running around New Haven, Connecticut, little lanyards and beads that had our logo on them. And so that was this creative idea, and we've gotten cases from that. And that was something we got together and thought of, and I give the credit to one of our associates who came up with the idea. But we executed on it. So make sure that you're trying your ideas, whatever they may be, whether it's marketing, whether it's a different litigation strategy. I know that I personally have had success with different styles of litigation strategies. One focus we have in our practice is depositions over written discovery. And that idea has come and been successful. So if you have an idea, try it. Give it a chance. And if it fails, at least you've tried. But it makes a lot of sense to try things, because if you don't try things, you're not going to have any new ideas. So look, we've gotten through a lot of information here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 tips to lead to a more successful law practice. So please, use these, put these tips to practice, and they're going to give you a competitive edge when you're looking at how to create wealth and to be a successful lawyer.